Today is April the 5th, 2022, and I just wanted to check in with you guys. I know I haven't been on here in a while, and I'm at my daughter's apartment. First night was February the 25th, and I turned in my keys to my apartment February the 28th. And I've been in the living room on a cot ever since then. And it's not been uncomfortable. Like I said, I gave my kids the sofa and the love seat. They're pretty large, so they're very comfortable. If I didn't want to sleep on the cot, I could sleep on the sofa. And I've really gotten on my kids' nerves, let me tell you. And I can understand, they have their system, and here's their mom, right? I'm not disrespectful. I follow the rules, regardless how I find it to be rude or whatever. It is their place, right? It is their freedom that I have placed myself in the midst of. So I follow their rules. I don't try to dominate anything. I'm not that way anyway. More than likely, yeah, the kids would debate me on when they were little. Look, I was a parent. This is what you do. Okay, you be a parent. So I guess I had wanted to come on and share a dream. I really don't want to get in depth in the dream. It was a dream that I was in the hospital and some girl just come and told me that I had a niece there. And she was aware that it was a niece that I didn't know anything about. And her name was Letitia. I don't have a niece that I know of named Letitia. And it appears to me in the dream that her mom would have been a sibling of mine. Now, I do have two sisters and two brothers out there that I was not raised with, okay? So I don't know any other kids. So it's like, okay, so I'll go, and meet the young lady. She was having a simple operation, okay, just something simple. The scene changed. I'm outside the building, and the situation was difficult outside the building. I was unsure of myself. I was not confident, and definitely it was like a hill type that I would have to walk down, and it was like a stranger standing there that made me feel all those sorts of way. And I remember my dad just appeared out of nowhere, standing there. And I knew right there in the dream, it symbolized that they were aware and that I was okay and that they were praying. And so it flipped from there. I was in the hospital and I come to the receptionist area to let her know that I wanted to visit the patient, find the location. And she would, out of nowhere, she was pushing a cart, asked me, was that smoke on me? And I was like, no, because I don't smoke. So the smoke is not from me. The only thing I could get from that was that in this apartment, we're always dealing with smoke. We're smelling smoke all the time. I think it's the people under us in the window smoking, but it's always smoke. I shut the window so you can see that's in the dream. And then I'm standing there, and there's other group of people, like four or five people, family members, friends, whatever, come up to the window, and she just automatically wants to help them. And I'm like, no, I was standing here. I'm next, okay? And the people were very kind. They said, oh, okay, yeah. But my thing is, oh, okay, yeah. You saw me standing there when you approached the window, and you, the receptionist lady, you yourself saw me standing there when you were pushing the cart off. So I thought that was kind of weird. But then she told me where Letitia was to be. Go into this room over here, and wait. And so I go in there, and her whole big family is in there. I don't know any of these people. And I'm standing there thinking that maybe this was a mistake. And there was a hand, like, a hand like this that just go on your back and just go on my back, right? A hand. And then it lifted because I was having doubts, you know. And I looked over there and looked at the mom. I just knew that she was the mom and she was Caucasian, and I really was confused. I'm like, and yes, my background, the family I grew up in, the house that I grew up, we had white people, family member in my home. My grandfather has since passed. Well, I'm aware of that. I know I have a cousin, really was an aunt, but we called the cousin, was biracial, looked white. If we didn't tell you she was biracial, you would know. I'm aware of that. I know that. These people are not with us today, right? So I don't know anything about, no. I don't know why her mom, so I started doubting, that I thought somebody made a mistake and this person in the hospital is not, the girl is not my relative. And so I was thinking about leaving. And so the hand came again on my back. Just, people were all around and just sat there on my back for a while because I was thinking about leaving. And then it left it. It reminded me of the dream when I was in that line and I had to talk to these people about my concern and my gambling. And they put their hand on my shoulder. Remember? I don't know if you remember that. And it was twice. So it reminded me of that. And so I decided, okay, I won't leave the room. I would stay. And so we stood there for a while and I woke up because I woke up, but the thing about the dream, why everybody was waiting in the room, is it was no longer a simple procedure. It was life and death. Something had occurred and they came out and told everyone that possibility she would not make it. So that was the concern. So I woke up and I don't know if I'm supposed to, kind of start praying. I kind of have a list of what I pray for, but it's not for like illnesses, and just the surprise of whatever can go wrong medically. I don't usually pray in those areas, but I can. It's not a problem. But anyway, so I'm just sharing that dream. It's just a simple dream, and all my dreams are simple dreams. I try to take what I can out of them, but I never try to exaggerate them to be, more than what they are. But I love my dreams and I love sharing them. I wanted to hit a little bit on Will and Chris. Well, when it first happened, it's funny. Sunday we didn't watch the Oscars, but I brought up the Oscars, and for whatever it was weird, I brought it up twice, but yet we didn't watch it. And Monday came, we heard about it, and it was like, oh my God, I could not believe it. I just felt my heart just broke for Chris. I know Chris Rock. I don't follow him. I like comedians, but I don't follow those particular kinds of jokes that I think that they kind of get into. And of course, we know Will. And I felt so bad for Chris because I have been humiliated many times in my life and it doesn't feel good. Okay. It does not feel good. And then you put that on the level. What he went through and what Will did is no different from anybody's life. Okay. The only difference was it was just on the big screen and everybody got to see it. It really is no different from what a lot of us go through. I feel bad for him because it's always going to be out there on tape, right? And so for 2 days, I did not feel sorry for Will until it got to Wednesday because then I felt sorry for him because you can't take back your ugliness. You can't take back like we do ugly. Our darkness, we forgive ourselves and we move on. We ask the Lord to forgive us and we move on. Anybody around us view it or whatever, we ask them to forgive us and we move on. There's always going to be someone saying something about your mess up, what you did. And you can't take that back when you did that at the Oscars of all places. That's like the Capitol that got ruined for us. You can't take it back. So I do not, my stand on that is I've always liked Will. I don't know if it says that I'm a fan. I don't never had anything ugly to say about him. I've always cherished him in The Fresh Prince. I like his movies, and as well as I don't really care for Jada at all. But I love Jada's acting. Acting, I think that the lady can act, but I'm not. I don't watch her shows. I don't watch any of this stuff. But you do see articles, so I'm aware of her and a young man. I'm aware of the rumors of the open marriage. I'm aware of all this stuff. When Will was running with Tom Cruise. I love Tom Cruise, but when he was running with him and all that Scientology, all this stuff, not Will, but on Tom Cruise side, I'm aware of all of this stuff, okay? But I don't pass judgment. That's these people's life, right? I have my own life to worry about. So I like Will a lot, right? I wouldn't necessarily say I'm a fan. So I'm not going to be standing with wrong. Wrong is wrong. Wrong is wrong, right? Even regardless of how much you like the person, regardless of how much his wife is supposed to have a condition that I had in my 20s, right? I cried, cried, cried many days. I had it in my 40s when I was actually getting a divorce, bald spots in the back that didn't grow for a couple of years. You can lose your hair for whatever reason. right? Whether it's an autoimmune, whatever it is, alopecia, stress, whatever, wigs, weave, I don't know. There are many a reason. My thing with Jada is that you're 50 years old. You're not in your 20s. You're not a teenager, okay? And I don't. I was hurt because as someone that was married twice, how do you let your man get all the way up there on that stage? There is, let me tell you something, word, and I'm sincere about this. My husband, with me sitting next to him, would not, I repeat, not got up to that stage. He just would not have. Because I know that this would have, it will follow him. You know, it will go away for a little bit. Look how they pulled out Mel Gibson. It goes out a little bit, you know, other news come along, but it comes back. Whatever happens, right? They are entangling Mel Gibson in that because they're his fans are trying to defend Will in his Oscar. Do I don't care about whether he keeps his Oscar or not. I hope he gets to keep it. But wrong is wrong. It was wrong. And so my thing is these people that's saying, oh, you know, he's defending his wife and he shouldn't have been talking about his wife. Do you really think the Lord would say what Will did was right? And they know he wouldn't. So it's okay to be a fan. It's just say you understand. We all understand, right? But just because you don't, you're trying to protect the hurt. My thing was this: you could have walked up there and just took the mic and went down on him, okay, with your words. That's what Chris thought he was going to do. Okay, y'all, that would have been taught too, but it wouldn't have been this. So, and in the end, it was the children. Just knowing that their kids are the younger two, 21 and 23. You know, these kids are already having their struggles. To the hurt and the pain of these kids knowing their parents are being, you know, drugged like that and dragged here, there, and everywhere. It's got to be difficult for them. And it's like, how do you do this? You protect your children. And but am I blaming him? Blame is not going to change anything. And all this people are talking about judge. You better start judging. We better start judging. We better be judging ourselves. And you judge them people out there in the street too. You don't approach them, say anything to them, but you are learning from it. And then bring it into your life. Bring it into your life. It's going to help you. Okay? Is that the way you get into heaven? No. We all know it's through the Lord Jesus Christ. We all know, everybody knows it's through his sacrifice. This is how you get into heaven. But God deserves our loves. He deserves us to make an effort. And that's the way I look at it as yeah, I'm sitting up there. Yeah, I ain't looking at all this judge stuff. I don't care. I tell God all the time, I don't care if it's in the scripture. The world done got crazy. Now we need to be focused on what it is and learning from what we do. And you need to be looking at the other people and learning from that mess out there in the street too. You don't have to challenge them on it. You don't have a right to challenge these people out there, right? But always have compassion. We always pray. And we always try to have understanding with ourselves and one another. And I hope you have a great day and take care. And like I said, I'm just sharing how I feel. Feel free to differ, whatever it is you feel. If you want to share, if you don't, you know, we all have our, our take on things, and it's okay. And just have a wonderful day and take care of yourself.